Good Sunday morning. This is hashtag everyone talking about a hashtag everything. I'm Kate Doherty with the Radical Ryan, the Practically Perfect Penny, the lovely Laura McReynolds, and we have a special guest. Who are you?
This is Elliot.
This is Elliot. We have Elliot with us this morning. Elliot, do you like to tape the radio show?
I do.
You do? Did you beg your mother to be on the radio?
Always.
Always.
Lots of hot.
Yeah, this morning he's like, Mom, can I go with you to tape the radio show? That's true story, isn't it?
It is. Thinking about down country.
Yeah, because you wanted to talk about down country, right?
Yeah.
Well, and we need to thank people because we had a car show, and that was amazing. Thank you to everybody who turned out. Can you tell them thank you, Elliot?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. You guys really turned out. We had a wonderful turnout. Thank you to Neiman's. Thank you to Pepsi. Thank you to Matt Halley for getting that organized for us. And here in a couple weeks, we're going to have the T21 fundraiser with 4 bands, Elliot. That'd be August 16th, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to dance?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's going to be at the Wyman's Pavilion in Hannibal.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You got up on stage last year, didn't you?
Yeah, it is. And that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and you had fun, didn't you?
Yeah. Since when I was 13, 14. I was born.
Yeah, you're right. This is the third year we're doing this. So you're right. You were 14. You're 17 now. Good job. I appreciate that's some pretty highfalutin math there.
It is.
It is. Yeah. So what grade are you going to be in next year, Elliot?
I'll be a sophomore.
You're going to be a sophomore?
Yes.
What sport? He is getting old. Good thing his mother's not.
That's right.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah. The kids age, but we don't.
21.
I am 51. Thank you,
Look at
Elliot.
the ones in the back there, Elliot. One
Not
of those ages.
51.
Yeah.
Only 66.
I am not 66. I am 51. You don't want to get grounded, do you?
No way.
Okay. What sports do you like to play, Elliot?
I like basketball better.
You like basketball? What about football?
Football is the best.
Football is the best. And let me see, what about baseball?
Baseball, I'm not a fan.
You aren't a fan of baseball?
No.
Really? Why not?
And I'm doing varsity track.
Oh, you want to do varsity track instead?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the show today, we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but Ms. McReynolds just got back from a wonderful trip with some friends, did you not?
I did.
Did you not? And you met some girlfriends, right?
I did. Yep. Some
Okay.
girls I've known for, oh my gosh, this is going to age me. Hang on.
Okay, we're all talking ages today.
Yeah, 40 years.
Oh, that's it?
4D.
Four.
4D.
That's not bad.
F-O-R-T-Y. 4D.
With a zero.
40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a little older than you, Elliot.
Always.
well, and hey, didn't Papa just have a friend come?
Oh, yeah. We had a car, Davian, and so.
Tom, Divya and Joe. Those are Mommy and Daddy's friends, but Papa's friends, Tom
Oh.
and Sue came, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, and they've
They're
been.
from Texas.
They are from Texas. You're right, and Papa's known them since he was a little kid. Young, yeah. So a real long time. We aren't going to say how many years though, because we don't want to get disowned, right?
In 2 years.
Oh, no, that number is definitely wrong, folks. We know that's not the right number. Okay, now no more joking, Elliot. Anyway, whew. Anywho, it got me thinking about the importance of friendships. And you can say, Kate, the show's supposed to be about down country. It's supposed to be about Down syndrome. It's supposed to be about people with disabilities, yada, yada, yada. Well,
All good stuff. But
yeah. Well, we just got back from NDSC, and they have always had this theme, more alike than different. And one of the things when Elliot was born, that
Most
Tony
down
and
country, yeah.
yeah, when you were born, we created Down Country. You're right, bud. But we were worried, scared, because again, those doctors bring in all this laundry list of everything that can go wrong. But one of our things for him was that we wanted Elliot to have friends. And people sometimes get on me because if you listen to the show at all, and if you meet me, you will know I am a full hardcore inclusionist. Because, like, Elliot, do I get you in trouble?
No way.
Oh, I do too get you in trouble. Have you been grounded, Elliot?
Since I'm 51 years.
Yeah, just for your win. Anyway, so here's the thing. I'm a hardcore inclusionist because for Elliot, he has to be around people to be able to make friends, to understand.
Except when I called 911 police and said, that's all, no, we stop, like, me cease.
You did. Actually, you just told on yourself. He did get in trouble. About 5 years ago, he decided he likes police officers, so he dialed 911. And so, anyway, we had, and when you dial 911 and you don't need 911, what happens?
I'm gonna take this off.
They show up. And then, anyway, Elliot, you got in trouble that day, didn't you?
Always.
Yeah, always. And
Got so hot.
and the officer was really nice because he said, "Wow, you guys actually got him in trouble for doing that." And we're like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he just got iPad, iPhone. He got timeout. He didn't get to do anything. Like, and the officer's like, "Do you have any idea how nice and refreshing that is?" Versus showing up, because I guess a lot of times they show up and they say, "Oh no, my kid would never do that." And like, well, they can tell where the call originates from. Like what? So anyway, you're right. Thank you for you did get in trouble. I can't believe you remember you got in trouble that big time on that.
Yeah.
Haven't ever done it again, have you?
No way.
No way.
No way.
Okay.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Okay. Anywho, the whole point of this is it got me to thinking because Laura's been gallivanting around with her friends. My dad has had his, friend from elementary school. And Elliot is very lucky that he has
89 girlfriends, yes.
You do have 89 girlfriends. You may be a player. That is correct. So, yeah. 89
Nice.
girlfriends. Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a follow-up question with that. How do you keep them all in? How do you keep them like in line in a sense of like who's who, Elliot?
There's these kids, like with Down syndrome, like mental people, and I'm gonna teach her. Be a good teacher like me and Hattie, Maddie, and Megan. Might help us out.
So anyway, so he evidently keeps his women in line because he helps with down country. So I don't know what correlation that has.
Makes total sense. I know he's big now.
Okay, you know what he is? All right.
Yep, I feel the same.
I love it.
You gotta put it all together.
Okay, so anyway, when I think about friendships, and by the way, just so you know, all of you here I consider my very dearest friends, and you already know that though.
Good point.
Even though I give Ryan a lot of time and he's young enough I could have bird them. But it's okay. We'll still keep him around. He's still my friend.
Appreciate you.
That's good. Ryan is crazy. You are correct, Elliot. You pegged that one accurately.
What?
So-
I'm just shocked. Crazy. You're joking. That is not me. That was not how my wife would describe me at all.
Radical Ryan, there's a reason you're called
Oh, I
Radical
know.
Ryan.
Oh, I
and then there's a
completely-
reason why we put you in charge of the beer sales when we have concerts with those sparkling baby blue eyes.
yes.
And
Sorry, girls
you,
taken. You know what I
You
mean?
bring all the tips in.
Sorry, guys.
So anyway.
I don't have 80, whatever it was. That Elliot
89?
has.
Yeah.
89. I'm one and done. That's all. That's it. You know, I just have the one. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, and I know, and you've got a hard time with that one.
Fun time right there. Love you, hon. Love you very much. That's exactly it.
Anyway, okay, so when I think about the importance that friendships and relationships play in our life, I mean, the other day I was stranded. I had to drop a car off, and you know who I called? I called old Laura McReynolds, and I said, "Hey, can you come and get me?" And she said, she made the mistake, and she said, "Sure." And then I'm like, "Oh, well, and if you come and get me to do that, then we can have some bonding time, and maybe we can do this and this and this." She's like, "Wait a second, Chica, I can pick you up, and I can get you where you need to go, but that's about it." But I digress because I do have a tendency to maybe just, if you give me an inch, I might take a mile or two or three. However, I really am blessed and fortunate in that I have some amazing friends. And I also am blessed and fortunate to have some people who I was really close to at one point in time. But, our paths, life takes you different places. Does that make sense? And so I'm still friends with them. I just don't have an opportunity to hang with them, either because physically they've moved or their kids are at a different stage or, I mean, life just kind of happens. But it doesn't mean I love them any less. It just means, it's kind of how things go. And there's that poem about some people are in your life for, what is it, a season, and some are in there for different, and I do think that's true. But when I think about how necessary relationships are and friendships are, and the roles that people play in your life, because you learn from every single human you come in contact with. You learn. And I do have teenagers right now, so I also think about...
Mom.
Huh?
Only 51.
Okay, yes, you're right.
You're still teenagers.
I'm
what I heard.
Okay, well, we'll go with that. But since I do have these teenagers in my life, one of the things that I find really interesting, and I would encourage people to think about, at 51, I only have people in my life, either who I strive to be more, you know what I mean, that like whether they're faith, whatever it is, they exemplify something that, man, I want to learn from. Or I have people in my life who build me up and want me to be a better me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And who are also honest enough that, like if I am giving an inaccurate assessment of myself, they will do so and tell me, like, hey, I think maybe you need to X, Y, Z. But the goal in good and valuable friendships is to raise you up. I think this is true. And I do see people who get caught in cycles where they, for whatever reason, are with people who don't necessarily have their best interest in heart. And I think that that's hard for anybody to determine. But I do think that when I leave my friend base, like even when I leave this show today, when I leave taping, I'm going to be in a better mood than when I walked in the door. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Every single time. And when I am with my, for lack of a better word, friends that I'm with, and I think, Laura, this is the same thing that happened to you this past weekend, there's something, like, I genuinely feel better, both about myself, my shortcomings, because a good friend, like, they already know you're a hot mess express anyway.
Yes.
And so they laugh at you. They don't make you feel,
They laugh with you.
yeah,
Not
they laugh
laugh
with
at
you.
you.
And part of loving somebody.
Very good, Penny.
Thank you.
And I don't know. I'm 51, so I'm waxing poetic on all this because I also do think about what it means for Elliot with his friendships, because I want him to have these same
friends, right? Yeah.
Yeah, same friends, those same life experiences. You're right, because they're important. They matter, don't you? You love your friends, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with and I want to spend time with my dad.
You like to hang out with your dad too.
And I'm gonna spend time with my family and friends.
Yeah, you love to hang out with your family and friends, don't you?
Yeah, with Daniel Soggy being like so aggressive. I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, you like everybody, don't you?
But you know what I like about Elliot is that he's friends with all ages. I feel like Elliot and I are friends, even though there's like a couple years in between us.
I agree with Penny. His point.
Thank
You agree with Penny's point? That's good.
Because he's friends with everyone. And I think
So
we all
blessed.
should be more like that.
Yeah.
I agree
Well,
with that.
and he does not have a
Thank you.
common denominator in his friendship. I mean, we do, however, if you know our family or our friends, you will notice we call Elliot our human barometer. Because, because
Heard this.
You lost your mind.
I have not lost my mind, not yet, but
And friendship also means you're honest, too.
no, but Elliot, you have a good people sense. Like,
Wow.
so like if there's somebody and you're like, I don't like him, we're all like, whoo, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Because he does, you ask people a lot of questions, don't you?
I do.
You do. And he does not know a stranger, and there is not,
Don't listen at home.
do not try this at home.
Let's go Ian.
That's a good one, yes.
Aggressive. Blah.
So anyway, I think one of the things that I value most is the wide variety of people that Elliot has brought into our life, into our world. And he does ask questions, and he does listen. And so you learn things about people that you would never, ever normally, at least you wouldn't have learned. And very often, he always has a tendency to find a common denominator.
I was talking on myself with Mom. I was 17 when he was 16. and I play sports like basketball, football, kind baseball, cross country, and track. As a cross country, I'm not my good part about cross country. Only my legs getting sore. I said, oh my God! And my mom says that, oh, Elliot, you'd be disqualified cross country. Okay.
All right, you would be disqualified in cross country. So I think the point that he was trying to make there, as he was telling you all his sports he likes, which is basketball, football, baseball, all of it. However, he did not. Cross country made his legs sore. He had a lot of friends, though. A lot of friends in all of those different sports. We've met a lot of people through his different sporting events. However, his mother may have told him that he was going to be disqualified, so cross country was not his sport. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk a little more. For now, this is Hashtag Everyone, talking about hashtag everything. We'll be back. Good Sunday morning. This is Hashtag Everyone, talking about hashtag everything. So if you're hearing the clapping in our background while we were on break.
Sorry, everyone.
Yes, I thank you, Elliot, for apologizing for them all.
We are sorry. You're right.
I'm not sorry.
The Three Stooges. The Three Stooges decided that the Friends theme song. So can I have the claps one more time? Just woo! There you go.
Wait, so I'll be Mo, you'll be Curly, you'll be Larry.
Yeah, that works.
I like it.
Okay, that's a new nickname.
Anyway, however, just so you know, there are different. So when they said the Friends song, that is not the Friends song. That's not the one that I thought about.
No. Anyone's gonna have, is that the one too? Or
No.
Friends are friends forever.
Friends are friends forever. If the Lord's the Lord of them.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my best. That's
Now
my
that's going to be stuck in my head.
All right, see?
That was
a
our baccalaureate song.
Oh, okay.
There,
in the day.
yes.
I still have that poem over my kitchen
Okay,
sink.
they're all older.
Club bonuses.
All right. Now, anyway, let's get back to, hold on one second, business first.
Business first.
Thank you to everyone who turned up for the car show this past weekend. That was lovely. We are so grateful. Thank you to Neiman's and Pepsi Services. It was a ton of fun. We had a great time. Also, August 16th at the Wyman's Pavilion, we are going to have not one, not two, but not three, but 4 bands. We're going to have free Goodwill donation food. There's going to be things to drink. And Elliot, you're going to be shaking your moneymaker all day long, aren't you?
How do you do that?
I could play country
shake it?
music.
You can, but there's going to be country music. There's going to be rock and roll. There's going to be all kinds of different music.
Working on the shoebox.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. And it's right before we go back to school, right?
I do.
So are you excited to go back to school?
Always on August.
Yeah, you are always, and you're right. And August is when it starts. So anyway, I want to ask you, Ryan.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay. When you think about the pivotal friendships and relationships in your life, what are the most important lessons you've learned?
On the spot.
Very deep. So, hold on. Ask it again. What are you asking?
When you think about the most pivotal friendships and relations in your life, like what is it that stands out about what they've done for you or you've done for them, or what?
So I have 2 individuals, one of which is a really good buddy of mine, and then his wife, that when we first moved here to Quincy, we knew no one. And we were very lucky. His wife works with my wife, so obviously that's how that connection kind of became a thing. And they, in a sense, took us under their wing and were really good friends with us. Now I consider, the husband, my buddy, like a brother from another mother, is what people would say. And me and him are more close than apart, if that makes sense. But what they've done for us is just amazing. I mean, we now hang out with their family for holidays at times when we can't go home, and their family invites us to everything that they do, and we're essentially like part of the family. That's nice. And I think friendships that are that way, that essentially you're not friends, you're family, are some of the best friendships, period. Like it makes you can rely on them. You could, they live here in town as well. It's like you can call them, hey, I need help with this, and boom, they're there. Or vice versa. We do the same thing with them. And it's just, it's when I think of like the best friendships and things like that, I think of like the family aspect of it. You're not family, but you're family. And that's what makes the best friends.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I agree. Well, and I'll be honest, like Elliot's brought,
nice, yeah.
yes, you do like Bonanza, but Elliot's brought some people in our life through his friendships.
Well, I want to actually, I don't mean to cut you off, but we were laughing at Elliot kind of describing, and it's not just because I'm a sports guy, but when he was talking about all the sports he plays or likes. I think what's really cool about that, and Elliot, I'll give you props, is like him doing that, even though he wasn't prompted necessarily to, it got, I guarantee, each one of us thinking like, oh yeah, I like that sport too. Because then it grows the conversation to where I'm like, yeah, I like football too. And then boom, we're talking. Whereas again, he wasn't prompted to do that. He's just spitting facts. He's just spitting stuff out and doing his thing. And that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. And I think a lot of us, what I've learned, and I'm very blessed, and I don't mean to go on a whole rant here, tyrant thing, but
knock yourself out.
Like, I'm very blessed in the job that I have, and I talk for a living. What it's also allowed me to do is be more willing to talk people outside of my space. Like before this job, I was a very, like, I did not like speaking publicly or doing that kind of thing, which is wild because I do it every day now. But my wife tells me all the time, like, I could go up to somebody and have a full-blown conversation and just start it. And I think more of us should do that, because I think what you start to realize is we, like you always like to say, Kate, we are more alike than different. And you learn things about different people, and then all of a sudden you become friends with people you didn't even think you were going to be friends with. Or acquaintances, and acquaintances are fine, right? Like you know this person. I've made relationships with people I've never met, but I've talked to them via on my show, via whatever, where I can text them and be like, hey, I need help with this, and they'll help me right away. I've never met them in my life, face to face, but I've talked to them. And it's really cool, and friendships, acquaintances, whatever, are so valuable and so important, I think, in life, because it doesn't have to be the family kind of feel like I have with, our two friends that are really, really close. But it could also just be, I know someone that then could open up a door to something else, and you learn so much, and you go, wow, okay, now I didn't know that, and now I have this connection because of this.
Well, that's one of the reasons the conferences are so important that we send people to, because what people don't understand is when you go and you make these connections, until you meet somebody. I mean, like you do, and you have a conversation. Well, now suddenly that conversation was with a doctor who you can pick up a phone and you can phone a friend, and it makes a huge difference.
Like my phone.
And even one of the things that I do admire about Elliot. So I actually, believe it or not, because nobody believes me, I have a small phobia, like the small talk dinner conversation kind of thing, like where it's a random room full of unknown strangers and we're all supposed to make small talk and have hors d'oeuvres. And
My mom's so oppressive.
well, thank you, Elliot. But that's really, I have to do you have to talk yourself up to do that? I mean, maybe you don't anymore.
A little.
I normally walk the perimeter of the room, because it takes me, and that's even here in Quincy.
Yeah.
I would rather talk to a room full of 5,000 people, and I can present all day long, I can talk, I can give a speech, than go into that more intimate setting and have that small talk conversation. Now, Mick Reynolds is great at it. I mean, she can do it all day long. Elliot can do it all day long, but I have to I kind of have to talk myself. Yeah, you're good at it.
Mom's
Laura's good at it.
crazy.
I
But I
am,
think that's
but
okay.
Like,
I
all
think,
random.
again,
it's
we
a
all have
learn.
our-
You have to walk outside.
your comfort zone. a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's okay to be afraid. What's not okay is to allow it to stop you,
Yes.
to keep you from moving forward. And so very often, I have to be honest, in the last 17 years, whenever I've been scared of doing something, I've kind of had this, what would Elliot do? And I'm like, well, Elliot would just march up and he
Start
would ask a
talking.
question, or, and really, most of the time, if you walk up and just ask a question, people will, respond. I mean, once in a blue moon, you might get somebody who doesn't, but for the most part,
But that's once in a blue moon. I mean, for the most part, I agree with you. I think it's you learn more just from that quick little "Hey, how's it going?" than you would have if you didn't say anything. And I think I don't think it's crazy at all that you feel that way. I mean, I do get nervous if I have to go talk to somebody I don't know. I think that's just normal because what you just said, you don't know how they're going to react. You have no idea. But
well, and it's weird, but like if you send me into somebody who like it's a job interview or a sales pitch for down, I don't have the same level of nervousness. For me, it really is revolving around as long as I have a purpose to be there.
I was going to say,
like, boom, that's it. When you go into a small talk kind of cocktaily happy hour style situation, there's not really a purpose other than they're supposed to just be chatting. And I'm always like, I'm going to say something.
The reality is what you just said, because you already have your rundown mapped out of how you're going to present, what you're going to say, and what you're going to do. You already know what the conversation is going to be. Whereas if I didn't know Laura and I just went up to her and we didn't know, I don't know how the conversation is going to go. How am I supposed? I don't know what she's going to all of a sudden blab out of her mouth and say that I have to go. That's the fear part of small talk is because you don't know the other person what they're ultimately going to say. Whereas in a meeting or a presentation, whatever, you have it all laid out of what exactly you are going to say.
Well, or more like of an agenda. I mean, at least you have it pretty much.
Yes.
They're going to ask me.
Yes.
X, Y, Z.
That's you're a quote unquote expert in that. You feel good about that. Whereas small talk, nobody's an expert. You have no idea what's going to come out of Laura's mouth.
Nor does she a lot of times.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Elliot.
Elliot just told her he trusted her, which is
That's sweet.
That's right.
That's nice.
But it's important. I mean, friendships are one of those things that I think for all of us, for all walks of life, are very important in so many ways. That you have to have them. Because I think that was awesome. I think in general, it was just one of those things where it allows us to grow as individuals because you do learn more. You don't know what you don't know. And getting to meet different people, it just allows you to also kind of find some things yourself you didn't even realize. Like you start talking to somebody and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I've always kind of been in the know of that, but teach me more and now I know more or whatever. And it's like it allows you to grow by just talking to people.
And I really could kiss you right now because you just gave me you gave me a really good what you don't know. I mean, this is also the exposure piece.
Absolutely.
So as you were talking, I was thinking I got a text message this week. His sister Ella, who's grown up around Elliot, has been invited recently. All right, hold on. She's been invited to babysit for some kids who learn differently occasionally and different things. And so Ella's had a lot of exposure. Yeah. And but anyway, I got a text message the other day and I thought, whoo, what's this going to be? Because it was from one of the families that and it was, Ella has been phenomenal. We appreciate you and your husband doing such a great job in raising a great girl. We are so impressed with her, and it's so refreshing to have someone watch your child. You don't have to coach in how to treat her.
Yeah.
Remind me to come back to that. She's patient and gentle, yet firm and assertive when she needs to be. She helps coach through fits, meltdowns, protests, behaviors, and she's not afraid to implement discipline and consequences. Wow. She's been honest with us when they've been ornery and when they've had a good day. I so appreciate that because we know they can be a little trying when they're trying to figure out new people and what they can get away with. Wink, wink. We know it's not always sunshine and rainbows. There are children. Anyway, she's been great, and thank you for all the help for the summer.
I'm going to pause you there because we got to take a break, so we'll come back.
When we come back, I want to talk about that. So for now, this is #everyone talking about #everything.
Welcome to hashtag and with Kate Doherty, and this is Ellie Doherty, this is Penny, and Laura and Dora Goliath.
That's right.
There we go. Elliot, you did it. And this is #everyone talking about #everything. He was going for it.
He's ready.
Okay, so when we went ready to go on break, we were talking about kind of friendships, exposure, and Ryan had been talking about, benefits that friends bring and so on and so forth. And then he'd kind of provided me a platform by which to talk about Ella has had a lot of exposure to people like Elliot, and for me, this is also why this inclusion piece, why the friendship piece, why all of these things matter so much, because one of the things the family thanked her for was like basically not letting her get away with implementing, discipline and holding her accountable. And unfortunately, this is one of the things that you find if people have not been around people who learn differently. When it comes times for this, either they excuse behavior that is not acceptable behavior and is not going to be beneficial for them as they grow to develop friendships and relationships. Does that make sense? Not many people want to be friends with somebody who's crawling under a table. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
That's
that's not. So it's really important, especially when they're littler, that you do have that you learn these things. And there's nothing. Ella's a 15-year-old little girl. She's not an expert in child behavior. She's not a Penny Ippenson. Right. You know what I mean? She has no college degree to back it up. But what she does has is she has a lot of exposure. And I believe firmly that the more you're exposed, no different than how when Elliot is exposed to all of his peers instead of being in a little closet, not around typical, when he's around all of us, he's learned how to behave better. He's learned how to communicate better. He's learned the skill set that you need to foster the friendships that you were just talking about how important those are. At the same time,
with Mom.
when you're around people like Elliot and you begin to develop that, you go, oh, wait a second, they're just a kid. And yeah, some of those needs may be a little different, but at the end of the day, my job is to help them become better. And I would put forth the argument, as we've had this friend discussion, one of the key elements for me in a friendship is that I want to help my friends be the best they can be, and they want me to be the best I can be. Yeah. And sometimes that means, like, well, in Mick Reynolds' case the other day, going, Kate, have you thought about why maybe you're a little stressed out? Hey, here's the clue. You've had a kid get married, you're redoing a house, you've thrown a party, you're taking 115 people to NDSC, you got teenagers. That's it? Yeah, no, I mean, that's not even the laundry list. She's like, and it's all right now. And
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
Maybe I need to kind of lighten up on myself a little bit. Or, but here's the thing. There's been times where she's also had the same and been more honest with me and been like, sis.
Well, and I think too that like with the friends aspect of it, having something like that, because again, we I think as individuals, whether it's right or wrong, have blinders where we just see kind of what's in front of us, and it's like, oh God, like I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, I don't know why I'm doing this, and you just kind of spiral. I'm just going to use that. And you have a friend that comes along and go, no, actually, you're doing great. You're doing really well. I would maybe do it this way to help yourself out, but maybe lighten up on yourself. And like having that person, and again, that could be your spouse that does that. That could be, your best friend. That could be whatever. But having that kind of relationship to be able to go, Kate, pump the brakes. You're good. You're doing everything right. It's just maybe you need to take a breath and like give yourself some grace because what you're doing right now and making yourself feel bad that like, why am I so stressed out? Because again, and I'm going to use myself, my 3-year-olds. They're teenagers, and they, listen and then sometimes don't listen. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why are my kids not listening? What is going on? Am I doing the right thing? You know what I mean? And you only see what's right in front of you. Where then you'd have a family member, or in this case, like our best friends or whatever, and say, no, your kids are great. You've done a great job. Just welcome to being a parent. And again, having that second voice in your head, or not in your head, but like someone tell you that, helps tremendously.
Well, and I'm going to kind of tag Penny on this. I think one of the things that also I read somewhere a long time ago, long time ago, where you cannot perceive yourself the way others perceive you. Yeah. Like if there's 5 people who know Penny, there may be some common factors of what we all might talk about with her, but each of those individual relationships is different, and so their perceptions are all different. And very often what you find is Penny may have an intent, you know what I mean? However, whether it's positive or negative, how that's perceived may not be the way it's received. Does that make sense? And so it is, it's interesting because I do think it's important it's important to work on fostering and building those relationships, and at the same time, not beating yourself up over, the things that you. I did. Was that good, Elliot? I did
very
good.
Nice. That was a very nice bam.
Yeah. Well,
Good
thank
sound
you.
effect.
Can we circle back to the text? Because I think it's to be noted for many reasons that Ella's got that confidence. She's walking in doing an adultish type stuff called parenting to these little kids. I know she's not parenting, but they're doing some version of it.
Yeah.
And
She's responsible in that moment. She's,
Exactly. And she's confident and she has an expectation. She feels comfortable doing it. I mean, I think that she doesn't get to stand alone on that. She is absolutely a confident kid if you've ever met her, but she's confident because she's around other people and she's got these parents who are very outgoing and she's been around your family. She lives with you guys. I mean, I just think she doesn't exist in a bubble. She's that way because of her family. And I think that we all need to be aware of that. We are a representation of those who we're around, and so Ella nailed it because she's a nice, confident young lady.
Well, and I think so. A lot of times we talk about like why you should. I mean, I'm not trying to be like why you should come to a downcountry event, right? But like if we are a product of those we are around, then and if you look around at your circle and you're like, I don't have any people with disabilities in my life. I'm not exposing myself to them, then I would highly encourage the Dancer Love Foundation, if nothing else, walk through the Glow Row when they do that, or come August 16th. I mean, like, this isn't, it's sounding like a pitch to come to a downcountry event, which is not how it's meant, but it is important if you want to grow, if you want to learn, if you want to help people, if you want to, and be helped, quite frankly, and be helped. I would say that would be the other, because when you learn those things, whether you're 15 and you've been exposed to a lot of different, I mean, I don't know that Ella for real realizes how unique her life experience has been, because most people haven't been around at the age of 15, thousands and thousands of people with all different ranges of disabilities, whether it's trisomy 21 or autism or so on or so forth. I mean, and I think it does help you be able to see people for the way they are.
And quite honestly, her not realizing it is totally fine too.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Because that's
because
just,
she knows
this
nothing
is
but
who
that.
she is.
That's
That's her
Yeah.
baseline.
Because I think that's with everybody. I mean, if whatever you're around, whatever your life experience is going to be different than everybody else, but it's gotten you to a certain point. So yeah, we can look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, like that's amazing," but to her,
It's
and
our norm.
rightfully so, it's like, well, no, that's just, well, don't praise me. That's just who I am.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not a wow. It's that's just what I.
Yeah.
do.
But I think
That's
it's
exactly
interesting.
what she would say too. You
Yeah.
know it. I mean,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And I don't know, Laura, if you've had this experience, and Kate, you may too, because you have a kid in the 20s, but you don't realize the impact you have or your family environment, your friend environment have on your kids until they go out and become their own version of an adult. And then they, mine just spread their wings and went like this, and they're all over everywhere. But then they come back and they'll say, oh, I didn't realize we did this, and I'm really glad we did this. I'm glad we have all these friends that are close-knit family friends and are, your set of friends and dad's set of friends and stuff like that. Because they just have a different perspective when they get out from underneath this amazing world that we create for our children, and it just kind of makes you sit back and kind of go, I guess I didn't realize that. And so maybe for Ella, she doesn't have to realize it right now because it's just all she knows, Maybe if she gets older, she'll understand it. I mean, I don't know. I'm always learning something different. And I'm not 51.
Welcome to the club.
Well, and I just feel like the whole thing, like, I do believe, like I said, friendships, relationships. I loved when you were talking earlier, Ryan, about, the friends that become like family. We're blessed to have those. I mean, like, I was blessed growing up with those. I have aunts and uncles who aren't my aunts, and people go, oh, that's your mom's sister or your dad's brother. No, they're just aunt and uncle, and that's just the way that rolls. Because they're so close.
Yeah.
And
Except my Uncle Zach, turning 47 years old. Holy crap.
Yep, you just got called out, Uncle Jack. You're right. Yeah, and you know what, Elliot? I'm glad you said he did turn 47 years old. And just a few days ago,
know
too.
how old everyone is.
Oh, he's got it now.
You got them all nailed.
That's good.
Because birthdays are important. He is his mother's son.
Yes,
Next to
that's
be
wonderful.
18.
Yeah, you are going to be 18. We've been hearing that since the day you turned 17. So, yeah.
Well, isn't that the coolest thing too when you have friends that are not family but they're family? Like again, the two that I just described. To my kids, it's uncle and aunt. To their kids, I'm an uncle, I'm an aunt, and all that jazz. So it's really it obviously family is amazing, but it is like a really special thing when friends are quote unquote family like that.
It's like a T-shirt or a coffee cup or whatever. Family you choose.
Yeah,
there you go.
No, it's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. I love it when kids call me Mama Penny. Well, people call
I'm
me Mama Penny.
a Mama Kate.
Mama Penny.
I didn't know you
love
were.
it. I'm a Mama Penny.
I'm a
I'm a
Mama
lot.
Kate. I get
Mama
that.
Kate.
Yeah, I get
I'm
Mama
either
Kate.
Mama Penny. I have some kids call me Pen Pen, and it just comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, but that's just like an old name that they've always said. So, and
love
it makes
it.
me feel special.
I
It
agree.
should. It should.
Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed today's show. And thank you again if you attended the car show on August 1st. And we look forward to seeing you
I love
August
you.
16th. Elliot loves you. And my encouragement would be come if you, and just kind of come and hang out and listen to good music, eat some good food on the 16th.
And hot dogs.
And hot
corn.
dogs.
And become
Got
part
it
of the
all.
friend group.
And Elliot's ready to party and he's ready to have a dance with you.
Bam.
For now, this is hashtag everyone
Everything.
talking about hashtag everything. Have a blessed Sunday.